So today I've been lucky enough to have a very quick hands-on with the Galaxy Note Edge. Now this is a phone that we've been quite excited about. I think it's quite difficult for manufacturers, especially making flagships, to make something that really stands out and gets talked about. You know, you kind of pick the best processor, the best screen, and then you've got something that looks kind of a lot like all of the other flagships. This definitely does that. This is very, very talkable and interesting. So the main thing that you're going to notice about it, obviously, is that wraparound screen. So the screen curves all the way to the edge there. It's very cool. It's a Super AMOLED screen, 5.6 inch, so it's actually bigger than it looks in photos. It is quite large, pretty much in phablet territory, really. That screen is Quad HD, so it looks absolutely incredible. And obviously you have this little bar down the side here which you can do lots of quite interesting things on, such as, if you scroll up from the bottom here, then you get settings. So if you tap that, then there's lots of different panels that you can choose from here. You can also download different ones, but the ones it comes with include a little game called Memory Match. There's different news tickers that you can have. You can have Twitter notifications, the pedometer will tell you how many steps you've done, you can have your favourite apps, and notifications from texts, phone calls, emails and such like also come through to that side of the screen. So if you're doing something like watching a Netflix video, then you can get a notification telling you who your email's from, and you don't even have to change what you're doing. It just comes up on a separate part of the screen. So that's really, really useful. Some of the other cool things it does, if you scroll down from here, you get some tools. So in there's kind of stopwatch, timer, you can activate the torch, you can make a recording, but I think probably my favourite is the ruler. Look at that. Fantastic. You would absolutely use that, I think, even if just for the novelty value. That's pretty cool. And in addition to this quite exciting side screen, which is obviously the big selling point of this phone, it does also have some other really great credentials. So the build quality is absolutely lovely. It has this faux leather finish on the back here, which feels really nice in the hand. It's very grippy, so you don't feel like you're going to drop it. And I don't think it looks tacky either. I think sometimes when they go for kind of faux leather, especially Samsung have been guilty of this in the past, it has looked a little bit tacky, but I think this one looks and feels really lovely. As you can see, the S Pen stylus just fits in there, and there's also a fingerprint scanner just here, which you can use for things like privacy, so you can control who can get into your apps and things like that, which is very handy. You can also use it to take selfies brilliantly, so if you hold the phone like this and then you tap the back when you're ready to take a selfie, then it takes one, which is much, much easier than trying to get your hand around the front and tap the buttons like that. So that's a really clever idea that they've come up with. I quite like that. And I think just the handset itself looks lovely. It's got kind of a pinstripe thing going on there. These buttons here are capacitive and they only appear when you use them, which is a nice touch. And on the whole, it just looks really, really smart, and it's very well designed. So on top of the fact that it has this very cool talking point, it does also have a really premium look to it. And in addition to that, some of the hardware is quite exciting as well. So the camera is 16 megapixels, and we've had a little go with that this morning. It is very, very quick to focus, very quick to snap. So if you're taking pictures, you're going to capture what you want to pretty much instantly, which is always good to have. The front-facing camera is 3.7 megapixels, and the pictures come out really sharp, really clear. And as I say, you can use that back fingerprint sensor to take selfies as well, which is pretty handy. So the S Pen stylus comes out. Let's grab it here. So if we pull it out, then it automatically launches the S Pen app just here, which you can use to do various different things. Like you can do little notes here, so little drawings and things, and you can also use it to hover, which is obviously something that smartphones haven't really been able to do. So that's not particularly innovative, given that, you know, a lot of Samsung's phones have the S Pen, but it's still a nice extra to have. It also comes with a fast charger, which means that you can charge this phone to 50% within half an hour, which is absolutely brilliant. We all know that it's a right pain having to charge your phone all the time, and just having that option to charge it up really quickly I think will be really beneficial, especially because some of the early reviews of this phone, it's not actually out until the 17th of December, so we'll wait and see kind of the mass reviews, but some of the early reviews have suggested that it suffers a little bit from battery life, so battery's not necessarily excellent, so we'll see how we get on with that when we have a little bit more time with it, but we think this is definitely worth checking out, so take a look at it in person when it comes out on the 17th of December in the UK. Thank you for watching.